Hey everybody, welcome to the Market Minute. I am back from Auckland. We're going to dive right into it, but before that, I have a special announcement to make. I have a spoiler for Super Slam that I will be dropping on September 11th. So pay attention to this channel, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss it. And I can't wait to show you guys the spoiler that I got. All right, let's jump into it. First up here is a legendary Tectonic Plating. As you know, while we're gone, Guardian Mastery Pack dropped. We're looking at the rainbow foil on the white border here today. It turns out Voldo really likes seismic surges, so no surprises here. You can see by the chart, this one is going up and up. Currently, white border sitting at $38.81. Rainbow foil sitting at $49.99, and that's the one that I really keyed in on when picking this card to look at today. 17 white borders on the market, 29 rainbow foils. 29 rainbow foils is, I would say, for a WTR legendary, is it seems a little thin to me. Say it all the time, WTR has been opened a lot, but I think as the hype builds and these cards become harder and harder to get, newer players start picking them up, adding them to their collection. WTR Unlimited was a long time ago, so we're seeing those inventories drop down on some of those first set legendaries. This one included in that. 3-month high low, $31 was the low. That was a pretty good deal. High sitting at $54.99 right now, so we're right at the high mark there. But with that inventory being under 30, it's not really going to come back down. Guardians have a lot of new tools. Volda's a brand new hero. I don't see Volda showing up on streams yet or at events, but I hear a lot of chatter that she's pretty decent and dominates every other turn. Might turn out to be really good. To get to those 3 seismic surges, you're definitely going to be running this chest, I think. So it'll be interesting to see where this one shakes out. All right, the next card here is Pulse Wave Harpoon from Dynasty. Non-foil sitting at $14. Rainbow foil sitting at $15.58. So we're pretty close there. Inventory, 25 non-foils, 45 rainbow foils. So there's a lot more rainbow foils right now, which is interesting. But those 25 non-foils, that's pretty thin. That's just over 8 play sets. And this card's very good. I'm seeing a Puffin at KC right now that's boosting. I didn't see this card exactly being played, but if you're boosting, you're definitely going to want to be playing this card. Deal, obviously. 3-month high low on this one is $9, high is $22. So we're sitting right in the middle there. If you don't have a play set of these and you're looking to do some boosting, maybe grab them now. Again, 25 on TCG Player, quite thin for Dynasty. All right, let's take a look at Concealed Blade. This is a hybrid card from Outsiders, Assassin, Ninja, Attack Reaction. It's blue, it blocks 3, so it's quite nice to throw in a deck. Obviously, Ninjas and Assassins are a very big part of the meta right now. Currently, non-foils are sitting at $13.66. Rainbow foils sitting just under $20 at $19.99. Inventory on this one, and this is where it gets important. You know me, I'm always looking at the inventory. 16 non-foils, 4 rainbow foils. You can see from the chart there, this one's just been growing in price, going up and up. And that's just not going to stop when the inventory is that low. 3-month high low, $2.98 is the low, $18.50 is the high. So we're sitting just below that high mark. But again, I don't really see this one going down in price, especially the meta isn't going to shift away from this card rapidly. And with only 16 on TCG Player, they're just going to continue to thin out as people pick up Ira, as people pick up this card. So keep an eye on this one. This one was interesting to me. The rainbow foils are, man, they're going to be hard to get a hold of here with only 4 of them on TCG Player right now. It'll be interesting to see if we see any backfill on this one now that price is going up. It looks like it's leveled off around $14 though. We're going to take another look at an hybrid card here, Saber Bloodshed. This one, Assassin and Warrior. Currently on TCG Player, we're sitting just above $20 for the non-foil at $20.46. Rainbow foil is sitting at $32.43. Inventory, 54 non-foils. Obviously, this is a little bit newer set. The Hunted just came out the beginning of this year. 28 rainbow foils. 3-month high low on this one. 18 is the low. High is $36.25, and that is for the non-foil. This one I wanted to bring up because this, I'm actually seeing the price go down. You can see that chart right there, right? It was way high, up over $30. Now it's dropping back down to 20. Watching KC right now, seeing an undefeated Fang using this card. Slippy used this card. So it's definitely in the meta, and it was surprising to see it going down in price. 54 isn't really thin inventory yet, but if Fang becomes more and more of the meta share, trying to fight Gravy and Slippy, maybe this card gets picked up a little bit more and that inventory does start to thin out. But as of right now, price is going down and it's stabilized at this $20 mark. But if we see this card being played more and more, especially if Fang becomes a player, this price could go back up. All right, let's talk about a couple generics from the latest set, Mastery Pack Guardian. First one up here is Base of the Mountain, the legs, the legendary. Rainbow foil is sitting at 72.17. Cold foil is sitting at 154.30. Inventory 30 rainbow foils, 12 cold foils. Those 12 cold foils, that's quite rare for just a week after release, or quite thin actually. 3-month high-low, obviously it's only been a week. But the low on these for the rainbow foil is $65. The high is $125. That $125 is probably a pre-order price again. Just keep that in mind. The card's very interesting. Been pointed out to me that this card could be a gravy card where it allows you to block with your allies for 1 as you just lay down cards next to it. Yeah, I don't know if that's quite what you need to be doing in gravy with the legs. Your legs are important, right, between Mage Master and Quick Dodge. But maybe this is a way to get that little extra value out of your allies. Now, if Valda becomes a real big player, you get around Dominate with this card, we'll see. And there's going to be more boxes coming to the market when Smash Palace drops, because there's a full box in each Smash Palace box. Yes, you use it to play it, but you know, those cards will be sold off as well, right? As if you hit something like a Base of the Mountain, you can't use that in the Crack Shuffle play, so those will likely hit the market as well as new players pick up that concealed set. This one will be interesting to see. Like I said, Nate and I talked about this. It didn't seem like it had a ton of application right now. Again, the gravy tech is interesting, and then maybe if Valda becomes a big deal, we see that. But at $72, I'm a little surprised to see it that high with this low of inventory, but it is early, and it'll be one worth keeping an eye on as we move forward. All right, and the last one here is Fearless Confrontation, the other kind of notable generic out of this set. Currently, non-foil sitting at $13.30. Rainbow foil sitting at $33.41. Inventory, 95 non-foils, 19 rainbow foils. High-low sitting right at the low at $13.31. And the high for the non-foil is $38.30. Again, this is just over the last week. $38.30 is probably on release or pre-release. A lot of talking about this card, it being a gravy card to protect your allies. It's a blue, it's a block 3. Yeah, it's a pretty decent tech card. Maybe you don't need 3 of them in your gravy deck, but at $13 for the non-foil, I think that's pretty good for a tech generic card. There is a lot of them on TCG Player right now at 95, so you could probably wait a little bit on this one. Again, at the end of the month, we are seeing Smash Palace come into play, and there could be more of these showing up. It just depends if this card gets picked up, and I think it really does, again, depend on if Valda becomes a meta player or not, because right now we don't see a lot of Dominate in the meta currently, and it's really just based on Valda. Since Azalea did leave, you know, that she'll be the main contender that will be applying Dominate. All right, guys, that's going to do it this time. Again, spoiler dropping on September 11th. Please hang around the channel, hit subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.